Prime Minister Narendra Modi also in Bhutan, he said that all those who have been involved would be brought to justice. So what does it mean for India-Pakistan relations?
Yeah, that is a big issue because, and that's a crucial issue because if this is true that this is Jaish-e-Mohammed, then obviously the links or the wires go across the border. Possibility is there that it was perhaps not a suicide attack, but a normal bomb car blast that was being planned.
But what is really surprising is that the people who have been arrested so far are doctors, they are educated lot, and they got involved in such a big plot.
That educated people also get sucked into this extremist narrative or the radical narrative, and they carried out, they get involved into such kind of act.
Many doctors from Kashmir, are practicing all over the country. So, the kind of backlash they might also face.
Yes, absolutely. And this is the very important aspect of the investigation, that no innocent is either harassed or picked up. It doesn't mean that if there is a 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 people are involved and from Kashmir are involved and you blame the entire community for that, this will cause more problems.
9 dead and 20 injured, and the toll is still rising. Delhi saw a bomb blast after many years. Just hours before, there was a huge recovery which was made in Faridabad. The K connection is still ticking, and we are trying to understand that how these two dots are, joined. To understand more about this, I'm joined by a super cop who, handled both Kashmir and also Pakistan, Mr. Avinash Mohananey. He handled Kashmir for over 2 decades and was also posted in Pakistan. So the recoveries which were made yesterday now are being linked to the bomb blast in Delhi. Do you think these two incidents are linked? That is what the investigators are now at least saying. Though they are still, refraining from calling this incident as a terror incident.
Yes, looks so. In the prima facie, it looks so that the recoveries in Faridabad and the arrest made in connection with the same recoveries look to be related to the present incident that happened yesterday evening in at near Red Fort. Because there also the recovery was ammonium nitrate, and perhaps the same ammonium nitrate or similar ammonium nitrate was used in the blast yesterday. Uh, and possibly the person who was killed, believed to be some Dr. Omar, he also had some from traveled from Kashmir. So looks that the two are interrelated because there also there were arrest of two doctors, one from Saharanpur and other from Kashmir, and that led to the recoveries in Faridabad. So yes, prima facie, yes, it looks so.
Mhm. So when you see the incident or when you see the visuals on television, so what do you make out? Does it look like it was a suicide bomber, or it was planned hurriedly because his the hideout was busted. So in a hurry, the attackers carried out such an attack just to just to get away with it.
Suicide attacks are very, very rare in rest of India as also in Kashmir. It has not happened normally. There have been 1 or 2 incidents of suicide attacks. One outside the Badami Bagh cantonment in Srinagar and 1 or 2 other places, but and generally associated with Jaish-e-Mohammed,
Hmm.
not with Lashkar-e-Taiba. Lashkar-e-Taiba is known more for the Fidain attacks,
Hmm.
which Jaish-e-Mohammed also carried out.
Hmm.
But suicide attacks have largely been associated with Jaish-e-Mohammed. And this, yes, I also feel that perhaps this was quickly put in place, the explosive device, and the
Hmm.
whole plan was perhaps fast forwarded
Hmm.
for yesterday because of the arrest, and maybe they were feeling that the police would soon reach their location and them also. So before that, this was implemented. I'm not sure whether he wanted to carry out a suicide attack
Hmm.
because the two statements that we listened from the onlookers as also from police, that the vehicle was moving at a snail's pace or very slow moving.
Hmm.
That is possibility that he was trying to get off, or he was not fully sure that what time it is going to go off. So I think there could be some confusion. It could be a suicide attack. We don't know,
Hmm.
but possibility is there that it was perhaps not a suicide attack, but a normal bomb car blast that was being planned.
So this car, which which exploded in the explosion, it changed hands 7 times, which means that these terrorists were planning this, this blast for quite longer period of time, as is also being investigated. What are your thoughts? When you have also investigated such cases many a times.
Look, normally such attacks take a lot of time because procurement of the vehicle, then taking the vehicle to the location, making dry runs, then either you create a cavity in that vehicle for the blast, or you carry a explosive device in the car. So all this process, then there are so many people involved because somebody has to buy it, get it transferred, registration transfer, all those things take time, as also a number of people involved. So it's
Hmm.
not a one man's job, or
Hmm.
it's not a one day's job.
Hmm.
It is a long process that must have started a few months back at least,
Hmm. Hmm.
to be carried out now.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
So,
it's not immediate.
So the press release, which was issued by Jammu and Kashmir Police, stated that the transnational terror module has been busted, in which Jaish-e-Mohammed, and also they named Ansar Ghazwat ul Hind, a terror organization which has affiliations with Al Qaeda, Islamist terror organization. They say that the people who have been arrested were being radicalized by them. But what is really surprising is that the people who have been arrested so far are doctors, they are educated lot, and they got involved in such a big plot.
Look, it doesn't matter whether you are educated or non-educated,
Hmm.
because this keeps happening across the world. That educated people also get sucked into this extremist narrative or
Hmm.
the radical narrative, and they carried out, they get involved into such kind of act. So one, that it is not necessary that the people who are carrying out attack are uneducated. Generally, they are not very educated, but educated persons can also do it.
Hmm.
Then second is that this Ansar Ghazwatul
Hmm.
Islam.
Hmm.
Now, we hardly had Al Qaeda footprints in India.
Hmm.
Similar is the case of IS or ISKP. That also had very hardly any footprint in India. But we do have groups that are sponsored from across the border from Pakistan by the Inter-Services Intelligence or Pakistan Army, I can say,
Hmm.
like Jaish-e-Mohammed or Lashkar-e-Taiba or other organizations. So I'm not sure on what basis the JNK police has done. They must have a reason to say that Ansar Ghazwatul Islam was involved. But there, so far, nothing has come out in the public domain. But what looks like, if they were arrested for pasting posters of Jaish-e-Mohammed, so looks like perhaps it is linked to the Jaish-e-Mohammed.
So, the Home Minister said that they are not, ruling out any possibility, though there has now been no statement has come out from Government of India stating that this case is a terror-related case. But, a case has been registered under UAPA, and now, as we are speaking, the case has also been handed over to the National Investigating Agency. So, why do you feel that, the case was handed to NIA and Delhi Police, or the Jammu and Kashmir Police, or even UP Police? They were doing a fine job. At least 8, 9 people have been arrested, but now it is handed over to NIA.
No, NIA is a specialized agency created during Congress rule,
Hmm.
and that time it was really, it came out after the 26/11, and that time it was meant to collate all the data, all the information, and investigate all the terror-related cases.
Hmm.
So my hunch is that although it might not have come out so openly,
Hmm.
but my hunch is that the investigating agencies are sure that this is a terror case and terror attack. So obviously the case has to go to the NIA.
Yes, also three more doctors have been detained from Al Falah University, and a woman doctor has also been arrested. What is being, said that she was trying to, raise a women wing as far as Jaish-e Mohammed is concerned. So, these kind of universities, when when an educated people like doctors get radicalized, it might be, it might be an ongoing process which must have taken years at least to radicalize them.
Yes, obviously, it
Hmm.
doesn't happen in a day.
Hmm.
Radicalization is a process, and the process takes time.
Hmm.
It can take about months, it can take even years to radicalize somebody.
Hmm.
And it depends on the general environment and the educational, I would say, ethos of the universities. Where if you have scientific thinking, critical thinking being promoted, then the radicalization chances are less. But if you have a kind of a claustrophobic thinking, or there are no new ideas there, so there the possibility of some idea getting prevailed
Hmm.
is always there.
Hmm.
So maybe this was a small group or maybe a large group. We don't know about it so far. But if there was a small group, in the group within group, each member keeps radicalizing the other.
Hmm. Hmm.
And this is how the group overall radicalizes faster than the normal individual. So this must be the case. A woman also gets involved into this radicalization
What does
process.
it mean for the security agencies, and what does it mean for the intelligence agencies who have been working so hard, till yesterday afternoon they were getting all, like all shabashi from everyone that they tried to prevent such a big attack, but by evening a blast had taken place. So what does it mean for our security agencies and days ahead for India also?
Oh, it's a scary situation. It's scary in the sense that for common citizen who were taking security for granted, traveling freely without any hesitation, would be a bit cautious
Hmm.
every time they venture out of their home, and particularly in crowded areas, and particularly in cities which are vulnerable. So yes, for ordinary citizens, it's a scary situation. For
Hmm.
security agencies also, it's a huge task
Hmm.
to see that they are able to catch these people before the execution of any attack. In this case, they did arrest few people and recovered some explosives, but a part of it had carried out by that time they carried out the attack yesterday evening.
Absolutely.
Now, it's very difficult thing for the intelligence agencies, and now you have to be on lookout for the kind of linkages that are developing and more scrutiny of the radicalization process that is happening.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi also in Bhutan, he said that all those who have been involved would be brought to justice. So what does it mean for India Pakistan relations?
Yeah, that is a big issue because, and that's a crucial issue because if this is true that this is Jaish e Mohammed, then obviously the links or the wires go across the border. Uh, do we consider that this is the beginning of other attacks also, or is this one-off attack that to test waters?
Hmm.
We don't know what is the thinking there across, but certainly uh, the army chief there or the army has decided to gradually check our presence or our threshold, that
Hmm.
how much we can take, how much we can tolerate. So, not a good time for the bilateral relationship also. And internationally, we should be collecting evidence, investigating the case, collecting evidence. And if there are any linkages that we are able to find from across or linked to the Pakistan side, then we must bring it to the notice of the international community.
So coming back to the case, like yesterday at the spot, when there was an explosion earlier, they were saying that there was one car, and due to the fire, it engulfed the cars which were standing nearby, and that is why the explosion was so huge. But the impact that we saw, the body parts of people who were killed and who were injured had flown, meters away, and even the cars which were damaged, their wipers, their parts of tires were found meters away. So, as an experienced police officer who has investigated, who has led so many investigations, what do you have to say that what kind of an explosive might have used? Because initially, Delhi police was trying to say that there is no crater, there is no residue which has been found, but the kind of explosion, it was a huge explosion.
If the device is placed in a car, then there would be no crater, obviously.
Hmm.
Crater would happen only when the device is on the ground or close to the ground. Otherwise, the crater doesn't happen.
Hmm.
Yes, the quantity is important. If the quantity of the explosive is more, then obviously the impact will be huge. And it depends on the because the pictures are not very clear, so
Hmm.
it depends on the location of the bomb in the car and the kind of vehicles around it. Normally in Chandni Chowk or the Red Fort area, we see a huge crowd around.
Hmm.
So obviously, even if the explosives are not that quantity, even the quantity is less, the impact will be huge.
Hmm.
Casualties will be large
Hmm.
because of the presence of large number of people and the vehicles around that time, particularly in the evening. We have a lot of rush there.
Mm-hmm. And sir, please try to make us understand, because now the raids are going on across many states, and linkages have been found even in Uttar Pradesh, even in like the Home Minister chaired a high level meeting in which the Director General of Police Jammu and Kashmir was also there virtually. So linkages are being trying to the agencies are trying to link each recovery with each incident. So please try to make us understand that how humongous is this task for the agencies.
Yeah, it's very difficult because in every interrogation, in every lead, you find a few people involved. There may be innocents.
Hmm.
It's not that everybody is involved in the attack. So, sifting process takes a lot of time, lot of effort by all the police agents, police forces, and also the investigating agencies to see that the innocents are not punished,
Hmm.
and only the people who are really involved in the act, like you told that the vehicle was changed hands many times.
7 times, yeah.
So the persons who were in between may not be involved. They may not be knowing. Even the last person from whom the vehicle was bought, he may not be knowing what use it will be.
Hmm.
So that person has to be questioned and then cleared if he is not involved in. So it the whole linkages is in such kind of a plot where you have people originating from one state traveling to another state carrying out attack, and you have recoveries. It becomes comparatively bigger
Hmm.
in the investigation process.
So I was speaking to some doctors also from Jammu and Kashmir, so they were also fearing that some kind of a backlash, because the kind of people who have been arrested in this case, they were saying that many doctors from Kashmir, are practicing all over the country. So the kind of backlash they might also face. So what is a piece of advice that you would like to give to people, that don't treat everyone with a similar gaze?
Yes, absolutely. And this is the very important aspect of the investigation, that no innocent is either harassed or picked up.
Hmm.
So, one is the responsibility lies with the police forces and also the state governments where Kashmiris are studying,
Hmm.
because what happens is that it doesn't mean that if there is a two or three or four or five or 10 people are involved and from Kashmir are involved, and you blame the entire community for that, this will cause more problems. So
Hmm.
my advice to the police forces and the investigating agencies is, be careful, blame only those people who are there, and charge only those people who are involved, and not everyone who is found somewhere distantly linked to the issue.
Mhm. Sir, you have investigated so many cases. In fact, you have also interrogated senior, leadership of Jaish-e-Mohammed. So, how hard trained are they? Like what kind of a training since you have interrogated them. So, what kind of training do they get? And considering these new recruits who are just doctors, so what kind of game they play with their minds?
The real game is in the mind.
Hmm.
The training is really in the mind. If you are able to radicalize a person, then you don't need to give them much training. And the bomb making procedure or bomb making devices, you can make easily. Online tutorials are available. So that doesn't require much of the training.
Hmm.
The old training modules that we had seen in Kashmir, people going across Pakistan, and there were training camps where the primary training, then the final training, all kinds of trainings were happening. That may not be true now because the crossing over border and coming back after the training, now it's not possible. So the possibility is that you get radicalized here only, and the training modules are sent online. So online you get the everything available to you, which can help you make bombs, which can help you understand, which can help you see that if you are being surveilled, how the tradecraft is to be used, how to remain undetected. These all things can come online. So the recruitment and radicalization in the mind is the most important requirement if you have to use somebody for the terror network.
Last question, sir. The P connection, the P word, Pakistan. Do you see any Pakistan connection in these two incidents?
Looks so, but we would wait for the confirmation by the investigation agencies because the groups that are being named Jaish-e-Mohammed, uh, this group obviously has origins in Pakistan.
Hmm.
So I would like to wait for some time before the connection becomes clear. Unnecessary blaming can also mislead the investigation. So better is to wait and see where the investigation goes.
Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to Indian Express. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Neeta.